Well, howdy, modelers. This is Alan, RDA in scale, and we are doing a review, a big review, um, and maybe the first of its kind for 2021. First, putting a big review out there for 2021. Uh, this review is on a 8-piece car set from Microtrains. They are the Deep Rock tank cars, and we'll get one of the boxes that goes with that, so you can, so y'all can see the what they're about. I'll let you see this right here. And these cars are in a series. The set that I have is set number 2, and there is a set number 1, and they're series 25, 70, 17, or 257, 017 through 258, 889, built in 2014. Trucks are Barber Roller Bearing, region nationwide, 2014 to present. It says underneath the top there that this car was built by Trinity Rail for Deep Rock Refining Company, 2014, and is used for hot asphalt services. Founded in 1913 by H.M. I think that's Billsby of Chicago. He was an investment banker. Deep Rock grew into the 20s, 30s with the purchase of several rivals based in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it was purchased by Kerr McGee Corporation in 55. And I think Kerr McGee, if it's anything like Phillips, Conoco, and ones like that, pretty big. And I've seen Kerr McGee at quite a few places, so I'd say it's fairly big company. I have not done any background looking of it or anything like that, but I remember I'm in my 50s, and I remember Kerr McGee all the way back ever since I was real little, and seeing it down in Oklahoma when traveling down with my folks down in there, and so it pretty big deal there. But anyway, getting on to the cars. We'll kind of pull up a little closer to them here, and let's see if we can adjust the light here to give a little bit more better perspective of on here, and where you can maybe read some of the lettering on here. I think you can read or see the numbers. You definitely can read the load limits on there. I think what's really sharp on this, on each one of the tankers, is the white end caps. It does have a little bit of motion, a little bit, but they pretty well, when you see them, it's just one little tiny jiggle and then it stops. And to me, that's pretty good. I mean, it's not an over exaggeration. You go in through, when running them down my main, and I went through my passing siding, there was just a little slight bobble on each one of the cars. If you look here, you can see a little bit of detail in the car here. You might see a little bit, and that could be just because of the car being, the color it is. Anytime you have a little bit of lint or anything like that, and you have a black car or a deep blue car or something like that, you're gonna see a little bit from it, and that's just with anything. I kind of overlook at it, or you kind of have to overlook at it, and enjoy the car for what it is. Sometimes it don't hurt to get the little duster out, or the little brush, that I have to give her, like here, give her a little bit of wipe there, and we rolled the cars down the little test track I got. Each one of them rolled pretty good. These are, like I say, they're Barber roller bearing, and they're Microtrains. Microtrains where the couplers built into the truck. It's not body mounted couplers, and so to me they do pretty good going through the turnouts and stuff like that. Like I say, I pulled them through the passing siding, and then I backed them up through the siding, and I didn't have any issues or anything like that I could see. And but let's see if this set here has a particular number on it. Let's see. You can see on the back it's that's off the barcode. It just says it's a tank car 8-pack set, or 8-pack, and let's see. I don't think it shows really too much more than that. On here it just says here, it says Deep Rock Tank Car 8-pack number 2, and so, but like I say, these cars do fairly well. I think this kind of feels like it might be like a light metal right here. The rest of the car is pretty much plastic, like a light plastic. It's kind of, see if I can show here, it's kind of a pliable plastic. I mean, it kind of gives a little bit. I mean, you do have a little bit of give, and of course I wouldn't want to get too aggressive with it. I like the detail on the top for this type of a tanker. It's got your relief valve up there, and because of it being an asphalt tanker, that allows the I would say allows the heat to dissipate because of the hot contents that's inside of it. And but we will start 3609 here on this next segment here, and we'll pull the cars around, and let's see if we can get her going here. And this is my Atlas GP 39-2 with ESU, and we'll let this go, and we'll give the set a pull around here. Okay. Let's turn the headlights on. Let's see, make sure everything it's all good. Speed step. We're at speed step 11. And we'll make 3609. I'll make 3609 look like she's really pulling here. I'm running at speed step 12, and with the engine drive hold, we got it at 22. And this is kind of a not too bad of a match here. This for this small size of an engine, eight tank cars like this, pretty good little match here. And we'll release drive hold, and we might see the car surge just a little bit. And like I say, the cars don't look bad at all. They look like little panda bears with the black and white end caps. They look like little panda bears. And we will run 3609 through the turnout. And we'll show the cars going through the turnouts. Like I say, there's just a little bit of a jiggle when they go through the number sixes. Just a little bit, but it ain't bad. Just a little bit. And once they make that little, they straighten back out. But I'd like to have that, or like to get that, the number 1 set, and have a 16-piece set. And it looked like that there was individual cars as well. So if you can get, the 2 sets and then get the individuals, that'd be pretty cool. It'd be like buying a passenger set, and and getting an add-on 4-car set or something like that. And and so we'll take 3609 over here, just a little around the curve, and we'll slow her down. And then we will back them up. And we're backing up at speed step 10. And if we need to, we'll go into one more segment here, so you can get real good. Like I say, you can see the car wiggle just a little bit as it's going through the turnout. Not much, just a little bit. The cars are, you can see the striping on it. For DOT service, that way you can see the car, in real time. It's that illuminates. Of course, these here don't illuminate like the real ones do, but they look really good on there, and it gives that effect. So, and here's the cars coming out of this side, and we're going to go into one more segment. I mean, I think they look really, really sharp. continuing into this last segment here on these Deep Rock tank cars here that I purchased and doing a review on. We'll stop 3609. I'll make an adjustment on the turnout. And you can see the cars as the engine pulls the slack out of them. Kind of like each tanker might have just a little bit of weight to it, like kind of like the real thing, you know. And of course, you don't hear that boom boom boom. You hear that boom boom like if you was out there watching the real prototypes move. But be neat if you could put a miniature decoder on there and hear that sound, maybe, or mimic that sound. And we'll stop 3609 there, and we'll release our bell. And we'll show you the numbers here of each car. This is Deep Rock 257997. This is Deep Rock 258715. Deep Rock 257799. Deep Rock 257845. Deep Rock 258553. Deep Rock 258187. And this one here is Deep Rock 258023. And this one's Deep Rock 257983. And this is like I say, it's a 8-car set. I wanted a I believe it was a 16-piece set, a Microtrains set that it was I think it was an ethanol set. Little tired right now, but it was I believe it was a ethanol set that Microtrains had, and it had, I want to say 16, maybe 24 tank cars. I think it was 16. It was a big set, and it also had two. It had two. Oh darn. Not box cars. They were. And I've got it sitting right over here. It's like this BNSF car that I've got right over here. You can see her right there. I'll let you guys see that right there. And but these cars were they were used, and let's see here. Let me see if I can get the name of them, what these were. Hang on, let me pause this. Okay, I looked over at my UP, and then my Norfolk Southern, and then I looked over a little bit forward, and I was like, and I looked at my GATX, and it's an air slide hopper. Like I say, I'm just a little tired right now, but anyway, this car set, I think it was a 16-piece set, maybe a 24 set, but I'm thinking 16. It seemed like 16 cars, and it had 2 of the air slide hopper cars on it, and it was they were both BNSF, like that one right there. They were not graffitied like this one here is. I don't know if you can find the air slide BNSF without the graffiti on it anymore. I don't know, they might, but I'd really like to have those tank car set, but it was my flub. I didn't get them. So, but I got this set, and the cost on the set was $216. They, I guess, retail for $269, and I got these for $216, where I buy at my hobby shop. And I would say that probably Midwest model. Let's see, High Country Hobbies might have them. Let's see, High Country Hobbies, MB Klein possibly still has, you know, they usually get 15, 20, 30 sets. Yankee Dabbler probably has some, and I think that's where Vinny, Uncle Vinny, I call him Uncle Vinny, and Cousin Vinny, he did show a set. I don't know if they were the number 2 set like I've got, or the number 1, but he got a set of them. And but I'd say that one of those places, Yankee Dabbler, High Country Hobbies, Midwest Model Railroad, let's see, Train Shop there in Omaha might have it, House of Trains, and several of the others that's out there. My hobby shop, I think they had the number 2 sets, I think. But anyway, we just wanted to do this. We wanted to do this review and let you guys see the cars. And I'm going to pause here just a second here. Okay, I took one of my cars off the tracks here, or off my main layout, and I done this where you could see this here, and you can see the maximum operating pressure for heater coils is 100 psi. Exterior heat, no inlet or outlet pipes can be or something caps required. Vent tank when unloading. And then it's got the 1-800 numbers on there, right there. And then right there, paint, Strathmore something or whatever that on it. And then it's got a little bit detail there. It's kind of hard to read it, but I'll tell you what, that's pretty cool for what it's got on there. Now, like I say, some of this stuff, the plastic and that's plastic. It's not metal or light metal, or, you know, like that you see on an Athearn or something like that. But it can be moved around. I don't think you want to get really crazy with it, you know, so you don't break it off. But it is pliable, and I kind of like that, because you don't have to worry about, like, sometimes with and I'm gonna let this go just a little bit longer so you guys can read this stuff here, and we're gonna go one more deal here, one more video. Okay, we're gonna go just a tad bit longer and on this review. Like I say, you can read this right there, or hope you can read it. Sometimes I can read it with my glasses, and sometimes I can read it without. I am, like right now, let's see. It says open, close. You can see the, right down there on the bottom, it says handle must be locked, and I think that says locked and chained. And let's see if we can, and I think it says chained and closed position before loading. Okay. And this right here, maximum operating pressure for heater coils is 160 psi. Exterior heating pipes, no outlet or something outlets, inlets or outlets, I think. Pipe caps required. Vent tank when unloading. And it says do not exceed 450 degrees Fahrenheit. And then it's got your 800 numbers and that in case probably of emergencies. And so, hey, and then it's got the DOT. Okay, there's your DOT. And then your different things there. And you can even read that. That's even legible. If I mean, if you really wanted to read that there, you could read it if you had a magnifying glass. I mean, if you really wanted to read that stuff and see what everything says, you could take a magnifying glass and you could pull that out, because it's amazing how these little cars, I mean, this small. And I'm trying to see if I can get this to, even this small, and between those deals, you can pretty well read it. And let me see here. I might be able to. With a good, and I might be able to get I might be able to get the camera to focus this. I don't know. I'm gonna try here. Okay, it says service equipment. It says something about the tank and stuff like that, and the liner and everything. I'll tell you what, it is absolutely amazing when you can read all of that stuff. And if you have a magnifying glass, I mean, if that's your thing and you're saying, oh, I'll read everything on these things, you can do it. I mean, it is amazing how they can detail these cars and make it where, I mean, I don't know how they do it. And, and not make it just a, like blah, blah, blah. I mean, at one time, I'd say an N-scale car, you was lucky to be able to read that, or the plate C. And now to be able to read that small stuff, your 800 numbers, your yellow label on there, your emergency labels and that, to read that, it's just, and I'm not, I didn't give myself a headache, but it was, I mean, it's something else to read something that small. It is really cool. Down inside here, if I can get this to move, down inside here, inside this, maybe I can get this to move down here to where you can see it. There's a little, looks like little vanning caps and stuff like that, and you can add them somewhere. Looks like probably on the tank. It don't really doesn't really say where you can add them at. I didn't see anything. and I don't think there's any instructions that come in that with that, but that is some little, looks like little valve caps or something like that, that you probably could mount somewhere here on the top of the tank and that. But guys, and I'm going to pause this one more time. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and this review. My reviews may not have as much pomp and circumstance as what some guys are. They may seem to be a little bit long, but when I show you a review, I'd like to give you the everything I can, the full length of it. Show you the cars going forward motion, show you the cars going, being shoved like the real ones are, going through a siding, passing through a siding, same thing as passing, or going into a yard. And I think these would pull a little bit, or they pull a little bit better, because of my engine being DCC, and you've got the little bit, but you've got those slower, accurate speeds, and yes, you're gonna get a little bit of wobble. I mean, the car's kind of looking like they're jerking a little bit, and that's Microtrains does. And I'm just cleaning up my where my platform is here. I always wipe it off. You're going to get a little bit of that jerk, and it's just because of the the car does have a little bit of weight to it, and you've got the Microtrains couplers, and they they give you a little bit more slack. And one thing I'm also seeing on the Microtrains couplers on these newer cars, I'd say probably starting in 2019, maybe 2018, and through the 2019 year and through 2020 and now, is they're using the darkened down here where their pins. Microtrains was always kind of a brass kind of gold. Well, there you go, right there. There's a a signature Microtrains, unpainted. I guess they left that up to you back in the day if you wanted to paint it or not. And so now, and maybe it's because there was one saying, Microtrains, why don't you paint or put painted pins on there? Well, they started putting the painted pins. I think they look sharp. And I just think these cars look, I think they look good. And with the DOT striping on the side, and so you can see the cars if you're sitting at a railroad crossing and that, and they go by, you can see that striping and that. And it I mean, they may not be as detailed as an Athearn. Even this little Atlas may be detailed a slightly bit more, but not too much more. But anyway, I hope you like this review. And if you want to see more reviews like this, please let me know, and we'll do more. And we're probably going to do another one on this little Miller sign that I got. And that will be that one right there with the York Peppermint Patty Girl. But anyway, please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Please give me thumbs up for that like. Ring the bell. Put some comments in there. Just, say, hey, how you like this? We thank you for watching. We are hoping you're having a great starting new year. And y'all take care. Stay safe. RDA N scale. Alan, we'll see ya.